9/11 yesterday. This rally took place near the site of what was the World Trade Center. A group of conspiracy theorists gathered to demand an investigation of who was really behind the terror attacks. It's all because of an internet film called Loose Change that is challenging the official version of 9/11. Deborah Farrick set out to find out more about the people behind it.
The conspiracy theories began even before the smoke had cleared. First impressions pulled apart and analyzed.
It appeared to be a U.S. military helicopter.
On-the-scene reports presented as evidence of a possible government cover-up.
There's no reason to believe that this jet was there for any nefarious purposes, but the Secret Service was very concerned.
Every reason, every answer.
The man in the video looks and acts nothing like bin Laden.
Scrutinized and challenged.
Are we supposed to believe that it disappeared into this hole without leaving any wreckage on the outside?
These are some of the events called into question by a film made for $2,000 by three friends using a laptop computer. It's called Loose Change. When it hit the web last year, it spread like wildfire, downloaded some 10 million times, translated into 13 languages. The 80-minute documentary presents its own evidence and asks viewers to look closely and ask questions. Like, could the Trade Center have been brought down by bombs? Could the Pentagon have been hit by a missile? And what happened to plane debris in Shanksville?
To accept the official story of 9/11, you really had to accept hundreds of different coincidences all at once.
Dylan Avery is the film's writer, director, and narrator. Jason Burmis did the research, and Corey Rowe is the executive producer, a war vet who fought al-Qaeda in Afghanistan.
I met my enemy and the people that supposedly pulled off this attack. These people are not strong enough and they're not advanced enough to pull off these synchronized attacks.
They are not engineers or trained investigators, and only Jason has a college degree.
In your mind, there is no question that it was actually a conspiracy.
I wish it was absolutely.
They're not alone. A Zogby poll of 1,200 Americans taken in May found that 42% feel the government and 9/11 Commission took part in some kind of cover-up. Former Senator Bob Kerrey spent months investigating the attacks as part of the 9/11 Commission. He says the only conspiracy was the one by al-Qaeda.
The substantial evidence U.S. government didn't do enough to confront what was an obvious enemy. But the fact that they did too little, in some cases didn't do anything, is not evidence that the United States government organized this conspiracy.
The filmmakers don't buy it and say they've meticulously studied the events of September 11th.
The bottom line is that World Trade Center 1, 2, and 7 have to be controlled demolitions. We have isolated the blast points 20, 40, and 60 floors below the World Trade Center.
We showed this clip to Glenn Corbett, a fire expert who helped investigate the physical collapse of the towers.
There's no doubt that the subsequent fires that erupted could weaken that steel and bring the buildings down without any help from explosives.
As for the filmmakers,
You say this is a conspiracy. Isn't it possible that it was simply a colossal failure by the U.S. government?
For them to have been completely caught off guard by September 11th, we would have to believe that our government is, the Three Stooges.
But regardless of what you believe, the film certainly has people thinking. Deborah Farrick, CNN, Oneonta, New York.